Okay, so what does it actually mean to be a frequency rebel? Well, firstly, it means that you recognize when you're being manipulated into states like fear, blame, shame, guilt, division, and can choose not to stay there. So it's about becoming conscious of how external forces hijack your attention and emotion, and you actually reclaim, through knowing this, the authority to shift your own state. And these manipulations, they don't just make people anxious or divided. They can actually, there's a fawn response where people become compliant. And when you're caught up in this, you accept things that aren't in your best interests, by being told things like it's for your safety, it's for the greater good. And the problem is that through this, these control freaks in the world are like sneakily siphoning off your energy to actually build their vision of what they want in reality, not yours. But as a frequency rebel, you see this, and you can treat it differently as a result by, still you are going to have to face these things, but you can transmute them and actually face these shadow frequencies that might feel like things like stress, scarcity, rage, and despair, and transforming them into things like coherence, truth, love, abundance, and joy through regular use and continual development with practices that really realign you with yourself and your state. Things like EFT tapping, breath work, meditation, energy work, heart coherence work, these kind of things, beyond just coping, but actually like opening up freedom for you to thrive and create and live with more clarity, basically. So that's the first bit. But deeper than that, when you free yourself from the weight of things like anxiety, crippling fear, self-doubt, limiting frequencies like that, you actually are allowing access to higher states of consciousness. You can come into closer alignment with your authentic self, your intuition, and make better decisions, which is then generating energy within you that is good for you. So it enhances your health and well-being, and then it's radiating outside as well, magnetizing positive experiences, opportunities into your life, where previously you might only have seen things like threats and limitation. And so, basically you become more of a creator of your reality rather than a victim of outside forces. And you can even, sometimes it even seems like, and I like to believe this is happening, that the universe responds to your frequency like, it's like tuning into a radio, and you can choose the station that you want to listen to. So the same radio is there, but do you want to listen to Fear and Doom FM all the time, or do you want to connect to the Love and Freedom station on the long wave radio instead? So yeah, so it's a great time for this frequency shift because many of the divination systems, and both modern and ancient, are pointing to big changes going on in reality, and we're experiencing a lot of them. Let's face it. Now, the background frequency of reality is actually shifting. So, in human design, it points to the 2027 transition from the cross of planning to the cross of the sleeping phoenix. And this relates to a movement from collective dependency, which is known in human design as tribal bargains, towards more individualistic sovereignty and self-sourced energy. And yeah, this is happening as a background frequency, and as a frequency rebel, you can actually be prepared for this, like cultivating the resilience and coherence needed to thrive as the old structures dissolve and new paradigms sort of come in over a period of time. It won't all happen all at once in our physical level, of course, but the background energy is bringing this in. So, yeah, it's not about fighting the old system on its terms through things like protests, new political parties, battles within their structures of power within the, within that limited perspective. And, these routes might release some frustration for a while, but they rarely create lasting freedom. And while they might seem to have some good outcomes, if they're still stuck in the old emotional sort of frequencies of anger, the blame, shame, guilt game, being against something without a shift of vibrational foundation, then it just collapses back into the same pattern, division, separateness, and everything that was perhaps sought to be overthrown by the movement in the first place. So it's not simply about getting out of the system either. We don't actually know what's going to happen, so it may happen that we may need to prepare for things to really come apart and to live outside of that system. But also, you can just become detached from its emotional manipulation so that you can still thrive within the system and beyond it. So, it's not like you're not just, to hell with all of that. You can still thrive, you can create abundance and opportunity in life now as it is. And I really think that's really important that people engage with that, but while also being prepared to stand, outside of these structures if that becomes necessary. And, so that's actually giving you a flexibility of that you could call real sovereignty, to just be able to be in charge of yourself, sort of no matter what happens externally. Be able to make choices not from a state of dependence, but having the freedom to choose, basically. So yeah, so I guess what I just want to say is that being a frequency rebel is, yeah, taking things deeper and bringing everything to where all change actually begins, which is the energy and the frequency that you carry and embody, and then from that just magnetizing and taking charge of, yeah, creation of whatever is possible for you, in alignment with who you are, no matter what the landscape around you, physically, energetically, and vibrationally is. So, yeah, I hope you'll join us. I hope you will come and check it out. And that's it for now. See you soon. Bye for now.